This is a demonstration on how to use the Slider Builder in UmXplorer. Slider Builder is located in the center of the UmXplorer display. And the idea is that if you take a particular condition of the simulator, whatever you've programmed into it, and stored it in one of these buttons here, which represent 0% through 100% of slider motion. So you take a condition, you store it into these areas as you wish, then what will happen is the slider will piecewise continuously adjust the simulation between those points. So right now we have our initial condition as we start up the simulator. So we'll go ahead and store that in our first position, 0% of slider movement. And now let's go ahead and program in, say, cardiomyopathy. Go from about 300 for the reference minimum volumes for the left ventricle and the right ventricle, and you can read about those in the guide. And let's see, on the right side we'll go about 200 milliliters, say 190 milliliters. And then if you take a look at the ejection fractions, you'll see you're down at 10% left ventricle ejection fraction, approximately the same in the right ventricle. So patient is extremely sick. So we'll go ahead and program that in the 100% position for the slider, and you notice that the slider automatically moves over, representing that we are in that condition. If we move the slider to the left, we will improve our patient's condition. If we move it all the way to the left, you will see that we should be back to the initial conditions of about 70% ejection fraction. All of our waveforms are consistent. So let's save that to, say, cm.umx, which obviously I've done before. Then to use that in a PowerPoint presentation, we locate the slide that we want to position a slider onto. Draw a slider onto that slide. Right-click on the slider, go to the Properties, Commands. We'll load the cm.umx that we just created. And let's play that presentation. Now note that the slider assumes when it starts off that it's in its initial condition. So the fact that we've already got a button here that's activated for cardiomyopathy, the slider moves to the proper position there, but the initial condition of our simulation is no longer in its initial condition that you would expect when you first start. So let's turn off that button so we are in a known initial condition. You'll note that the slider moves as one would expect it to, and now it will work as one expects. So as we move this slider to the right, we will be able to adjust our ejection fraction, left ventricle ejection fraction, down to make our patient ill, move it all the way to the right, and we'll be down around 10% as we were with our UmXplorer. And now we can improve our patient by going in the opposite direction. So that's how you use the Slider Builder in UmXplorer.